Hello everybody, it's me, Khan, back again with a continuation of the last guide video on the new tower game mode. I'm here today to give you the trays 4 to 6 as a free-to-play. Now, I had a bit of struggle. I struggled a little bit in this new version on tray 6. It is not an easy one, but I eventually came to a really good team. So, let's start with tray 4 and not waste any time. This tray is extremely easy. You just need to use the team you used on the first tray, I believe, which is the Zap team. As long as you follow my first guide and you have these cookies, this should be very easy. Again, it is very important that you have the Zap cookies. If you don't have these elements, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So we're just kind of playing into what the game wants you to do. And this should be easy going. And we should leave this battle with about 10 seconds left on the clock. There we go. Wow, that was on the dot 10 seconds even. So as you can see, quite an easy team. Now, I forgot to show you guys the biscuits and stuff. Even though I did already show this in the last video, I will share it again if you're just searching for this single video, right? Again, nothing fancy for the 2 electrical units. Same treasures. Should be easy enough to beat. So let's move on to tray number 5. Now, for tray number 5, it's going to be a little bit special as this one's quite easy as well. For tray 5, I will be showing you guys 4 units. Now, I'm using these 4, and this should be about enough. Now, you're probably wondering why. It's because you realistically don't need more than this. Same treasures. I'll show you the biscuits and the toppings. So for this, it's actually quite important to use prune juice. As you can see, I don't even have a maxed cooldown topping, so that's of course not giving me 15%, not that it matters too much. Black Pearl is only here to provide for the damages bypass. That's about it. The only single important thing here when I'm starting this is that you have auto mode on while spamming and queue up prune juice so that he comes first and then just spam. As long as you do this, it should be easy going. The auto mode in this is actually really important. I did this once before and I didn't have auto mode on and I didn't queue prune juice before the battle starts, which then in turn loses you the game. So, funnily enough, Black Pearl didn't die that easily this time, and instead Golden Cheese died early. So, but Black Pearl can die, there's no issue, same for Golden Cheese in the beginning. As you can see, we had a really good run here. All 4 are even alive. It's the best run I've gotten. 26 seconds left on the clock with only 4 cookies. That is all you need. And again, you probably don't even need Black Pearl, but I'm using it to secure the round. So as you can see, they barely do any damage, and with 20 seconds left, these 2 can handle themselves perfectly fine. I'm using Ice Cool Yeti to go against the small bit of damage that they take, or, well, there's quite a bit of damage, but Ice Cool Yeti can keep that away from us. But if you want to have more options, maybe you just don't have enough, you can always put in a White Lily. If you're struggling on if perhaps you need more healing, just plop in a pure vanilla, a parfait, a cream puff. It doesn't matter. If you need nearby DPS, get some extra DPS. If you need more healing, put a little bit of healing in. That's all you really need. Prune juice is key here. Get prune juice. So, then we have arrived at the final and hardest so far tray. Now this tray is an absolute behemoth. For this tray, the boss is based on injury and reducing of healing. The only way to fight them is with debuff resist and fire type attacks as they give us here as a tip. So the most important part here is fire damage. For this, we actually get to use the newest cookie, well, the newest epic cookie added to the game in the last patch, which I believe is called Street Urchin. Yes, Street Urchin cookie, which does massive amounts of fire damage. So I've tried a lot of things, but for Street Urchin to do a lot of damage, you need to get tar to 10, as they can deal burn damage, so that their skill just gets enhanced. We need to get Pure Vanilla for the injury healing, Linzer for the massive defense reduction, which is the biggest key to this team, and then a Crimson Coral for general defense. Linzer is the key here. These three are the most important, and then well, every part is important. You can maybe replace Crimson Coral for another tank. I wouldn't recommend Pitaya. I haven't tried Pitaya with Linzer yet. You could try it, but I don't think it will work well, as I first tried using Pitaya together with these three. So you had 3 fire units and then 2 healing. Didn't go that well. They died, or didn't do enough DPS before the game, or the timer ended. So for toppings, you will want to use cooldown, attack, perhaps if they die a little earlier because you don't have damage resist here, you might want to add 1 or 2 almond. For Linzer, you will want to use 4 speed toppings and 1 cooldown. I of course have 2 cooldowns here, so you might have to add another cooldown. You'll have to see what works for you. Pure attack, again, if they die a lot, if a Tart 10 dies a lot, get almond. And make sure to have some damage resist on here. That would really help. And just your average cooldown toppings on your pure vanilla. So, the important part before getting into this is that when you start the round, you will want to remove auto mode. This is because you want to use Linzer's skill when she has 7 stacks. Now, we've tried optimizing it as much as possible with the toppings that we've got, so that she gets enough stacks before you can use it, but you'll have to wait first, and it's slightly finicky. Just try to get it when 7 stacks appear as fast as you can, and you can even fail a couple times and it should be fine. So yeah, make sure auto mode's off here, and just spam Sea Urchin, Crimson Coral, and wait until we are at 7 stacks for Linzer. We've tried maximizing as much as possible on Linzer. You can try using 4 speed as well. And you might have to take a couple tries on this. And there we go, 21 seconds left. It's very close, and definitely not easy. I struggled for 3 hours to figure out a team, and until Linzer finally clicked, which she saved the game quite often. As you can see the stats here, Street Urchin is doing massive amounts of damage, being the absolute carry of the team, with Tartatan as a nice sub DPS, and Linzer just being the overall support goat. See damage received, it's very even. So yeah, that is the team for Tray 6. I would not really recommend anything else. You can perhaps try replacing Crimson Coral with maybe Elder Fairy, even though he is not that great as a solo tank. Bataya, maybe it could work. He might have enough. I would put him. I've tried full attack toppings and a decent max damage resist stat, by the way, sub stat, but it's definitely not easy. Linzer is the biggest recommendation I can give you. Just see what works for you in terms of toppings, and I just have some cooldown here, so keep that in mind. So yeah, I hope this has helped you, and that you will be able to go from tray 4 to 6. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.